District Attorney.
The subpoenas at issue here are unprecedented in every sense.
Trump attorney Patrick Strawbridge there is Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
How do you distinguish, say, white water when President Clinton's personal records were subpoenaed from his accountant?
Some justices expressed concern about the potential for presidential harassment if the subpoena power is too broad. America's listening to Fox News.
When you go to the mechanic in here...
Pass me the torque. Nope, let me have the flamethrower.
That sounds wrong. You know what else sounds wrong? When you hear about the interest you're earning on your savings with the largest banks. But with a Marcus by Goldman Sachs online savings account, you could earn much more interest. And hear this. Open a Marcus by Goldman Sachs online savings account in minutes at marcus.com. You can money.
Comparison made to the 3 largest U.S. banks measured by total deposits. Rates as of February 4th, 2020 and may vary by state. Goldman Sachs Bank USA, member FDIC.
Pros. Lowe's wants to help you keep working. That's why we're open for pro business hours 6 to 7 a.m. Monday through Saturday. You'll find the quantities you expect with dedicated pro associates and loaders to help you get what you need fast and load you up curbside. Now, more than ever, we know you need to win every single bid. You can count on Lowe's for special values on pro-trusted brands and savings when you buy in bulk. Save yourself a trip by shopping Lowe'sForPros.com, where we can ship thousands of items to your doorstep or to the job site. Lowe's is open and pro-ready.
Hi, this is Brittany from Mike Scott Plumbing. I wanted to take a moment to let you know that during these tough times, Mike Scott Plumbing is still here, ready to help you in every way we can. We know life doesn't just stop, and when it breaks, we know your plumbing doesn't just magically start working again. Mike Scott Plumbing is taking every precaution to ensure your safety by following and exceeding all the guidelines set forth by the CDC for COVID-19, as well as local districts. As an essential business, we are operating at full capacity to ensure we get your problem solved day, night, or weekends. We're all in this together. We hope you are all staying safe during these trying times. And remember, if water runs through it, we do it. 866-314-4443. Call day or night. That number again is 866-314-4443. Mike Scott Plumbing.
We are proud to announce the Conservative Watch Hour on WOCA 96.3 FM and 1370 AM every Friday at 11 a.m. Hosted by Annie Marie Delgado, president of Trump Team 2020 Florida, and her co-host Ann Vandersteel with SteelTruth.com. We are serving a higher level of excellence, and we are the only program of this type in this market. Don't miss your weekly dose of conservative talk radio. WOCA 11 a.m. Fridays, 96.3 and 1370 a.m.
Attention passengers for Flight 1370. The plane has been delayed at its departure point and will be at least 2 hours late. We apologize for any inconvenience.
Are you serious? It took us over an hour to get here, 2 hours going through security and getting our tickets, and now we have to wait another 2 hours.
Yeah, it's beautiful here, but we're inside this overcrowded airport all day because the plane is stuck in bad weather.
This is the last time we ever do this. When we get back, we're going to Ocala Aviation and getting our pilot's license.
Yeah, we've been talking about that long enough. It's about time we did it. Then we can just fly ourselves and never have to deal with this mess again.
Right. No long lines, no full body groping security, no baggage checks.
Not to mention never losing your luggage. Remind me again why we haven't done that?
Well, we're idiots.
Oh, right.
Attention all passengers for Flight 1370. It looks like the plane is going to be delayed a little bit longer. The airline has lost the pilot's luggage. Isn't it time you got your pilot's license? Call Ocala Aviation today. 352-861-7484. That's 352-861-7484. Hey, you've earned it. Call today.
Career Source, Citrus, Levy, Marion brings together business and community partners, economic development leaders, and educational providers to connect employers with qualified, skilled talent and job seekers with employment and career development opportunities. Tune in the first Wednesday of each month at 9:30 to Career Source, Citrus, Levy, Marion, and learn how they can help you. WOCA.
This is the Glenn Beck program. Welcome to it. I just have to play this amazing interaction between a CBS News reporter and Donald Trump. Listen.
Said many times that the U.S. is doing far better than any other country when it comes to testing.
Yes.
Why does that matter? Why is this a global competition to you if everyday Americans are still losing their lives and we're still seeing more cases every day?
Well, they're losing their lives everywhere in the world. And maybe that's a question you should ask China. Don't ask me, ask China that question, okay? When you ask them that question, you may get a very unusual answer. Yes, behind you, please.
Now she doesn't.
Sir, why are you saying
she sits
that to
back
me
down.
specifically?
I'm telling you, I'm not saying it specifically to anybody. I'm saying it to anybody that would ask a nasty question like that.
That's not a nasty
question. Please go ahead.
Why does it matter?
Okay, anybody else? Please, go ahead in the back, please.
I have two questions.
No, it's okay.
But
We'll
you
go
pointed
here.
to me. I have two questions, Mr. President.
Next, please.
But you called on me.
I did, and you didn't respond, and now I'm calling on
Sorry, I just
the
wanted
young lady in the back, please.
I just wanted to let my colleague finish.
Okay.
But can I ask you a
Ladies
question?
and gentlemen, thank you very much. Appreciate
But
it.
you called
Thank you
on
very
me.
much.
This is exactly the way he should have handled it. He should have handled it this way. First of all, in case you weren't watching Blaze TV or just listening to it, this woman, she stands up. She's from CBS. She's wearing her face mask. And he says you should ask China about that. She then sits down. He calls on the woman behind her, and she stands up but walks forward and looks at the other girl from CBS and says, do you want to continue? And that's when she leans up into the mic and says, takes her mask off. Yeah, why would you ask me? Now she's fully revealed as an Asian woman, and she was hinting that the president is just a racist.
Which you couldn't see
the president
when she
has
had her
said,
mask on. You
right.
legitimately could not. You had no idea what nationality she may have been or whatever heritage she had until she takes her mask off and then blames him for knowing what was behind the mask. Maybe he did,
right?
But trying to insinuate it's racism.
And he says that all the time. Ask China. Yeah. Ask China. When you're asking me questions, maybe you should ask China some of these questions. Now, what's amazing about this in another sense is the fact that her question is, you continually say we're doing better than other countries. Why is this a global competition? Okay. Wait. So now the president, because the president was under attack for so long saying, we're behind every other country. We're not doing it like all these other countries. We're going it alone. We're doing all these crazy things. Maybe we should listen to the other countries. Now when he says we're doing better than all those other countries, now why is it a global competition? This is why the president is so frustrated, and I think why the American people are so frustrated. Ask some damn questions that actually matter. Now, the reason why the president is saying ask China is because there's growing evidence that China screwed something up in a lab and accidentally, maybe, released this coronavirus. Do you think that's maybe important? Maybe we should talk about our bioweapons labs all around the world. Who should have them? Who shouldn't have them? What is the state of China's ethics and the security at their labs? This is the real question is, why was the world unprepared? We were unprepared because China lied to everyone. But they don't want to ask that question. Instead, they want to make sure that everybody knows it's racist to say, you know what? In fact, I don't think I can do the rest of this segment. Do we have the coronavirus flu, please? Thank you. This is just a little theme song we just put together. Yes. All right, so it's the China flu because that's where it came from. It should be called the Wuhan flu. That's how we do it. The Spanish flu. That was mislabeled, but we went with that. That's what we thought at the time. It came from Spain. It didn't come from Spain. Okay. But we still call it the Spanish flu. This one we know came from Wuhan. It's the Wuhan flu. Or as our theme song says, the China flu. Now, the president is getting hammered for being technically accurate and following the way we always name diseases. Always. He's getting hammered. But you know who didn't get hammered yesterday? I'll play the clip from Cuomo, will you?
When we started this, yes, we have more cases than anyone else. Yes, we had this European virus attack us and nobody expected it. But we're not only going to change our trajectory. We're going to change the trajectory more dramatically than any place else in the nation.
Why is this a competition? Why is this a competition, Governor Cuomo? And should I ask the Europeans why you're calling it a European virus? Oh my God.
The inconsistency.
You could maybe call it a European mutation, but I think that actually is on the West Coast, isn't it? The European mutation?
Well, I mean, look, regardless of where it came from, if it came from Europe, where did Europe get it? Like, what is the point of this?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I got news for you.
Sarah, do we have the other... Do we have the other China virus? Because it makes me, I mean, you know, we did the China flu thing and you know, that was cute and everything, but it makes me want to go to the other theme. Do we still have that other theme? All right. Yeah. Look that up. I can't take it.
The media is just ridiculous on this. You know, I went back, it was late March when we remember we had these testing issues at the beginning of March, which was a real problem. And we started to ramp up testing. And it was in late March where Science Magazine came out and they said the U.S. has been behind in testing. South Korea is completing I think the quote was a staggering 15,000 tests a day. 15,000 tests a day. Later that week, the United States passed 15,000 tests a day. And then the press made this argument constantly, well, you haven't tested as many people overall. And then we passed South Korea in overall testing. Then they started making the argument, well, per capita, it is way behind what South Korea has done. Well, now we are to the point where per capita, we are miles ahead of South Korea. And still the questions come in about how bad our testing is. There is never, the goalpost gets moved every single time we make it to the end zone. And this is a massive problem for the media because they are solely focused on finding something they can just, hammer the president and hammer the job we've done. When, when you look at the global picture, we've done a lot better than a lot of places.
But New York has not. New York Health Department, we found out, just had sent out 1,600 damaged coronavirus tests for nursing homes. They were unusable. So they sent those out to nursing homes. Meanwhile, as we pointed out last week, Governor Cuomo instituted a policy that forced nursing homes to take in COVID patients, and that's why New York State had more deaths in their nursing homes than the rest of the country combined. He just announced yesterday officially putting an end to that policy that is forcing the nursing homes to take COVID patients. So he is saying things like, the European virus. Oh, it's a European virus. To keep in the good graces of the left and the left media. They can only cover him for so long. If they turn on him, he's toast, and he knows it. He knows it. So he's got to give them the little gems along the way so they can pick those up and gain a little bit more power, and he gets more friendship power with those little gems. Because he's awful. Awful. This
great summary.
Nursing home thing is awful. Seriously. They knew it. The nursing homes were begging for this to be changed. He did nothing. He denied even knowing anything about it when his name and signature was on the policy.
Yeah. And
how did he not know about it?
Yeah, he did. And it's not better if he didn't know, is it? I mean, it's a terrible idea if he's running this response, and the single most important decision probably of the entire response would be, do you decide to import COVID positive patients into nursing homes with the most vulnerable people in our society to this virus? And he said, yeah, we should. And then when they said, well, what about it? What if we test some people to make sure as they're coming in, they're not positive? Can we do that? They said, no, you are banned from testing people who are asymptomatic for COVID-19. He did that. And then he finally did reverse it yesterday, which is incredibly late. But we should also point out he continues a policy which seems to be unique to the entire United States, where he is reporting deaths in nursing homes only if they actually died at the nursing home. So if they are a nursing home resident that goes to the hospital, he is not reporting it as a nursing home death, which every other state in the union appears to be doing, which is why his numbers for nursing home deaths are actually considerably lower than reality, despite being the worst in the country. And he continues to do this as well. No reporter has asked him about it yet, but it continues to go on to this day.
Well, it just makes me want to play the other China virus. I think Trump should play this every time. We're going to talk about the China. Now, it may be too far. It may be too far and very offensive. But just for the journalists, I think it should be played. With apologies to every Asian American, every Asian ever born, now, in the past, in the future, really. But just to go to the journalists, I think every time he talks about the China virus, that should play.
Now, I just hope that they don't have a theme for the European virus, which is really what's hurt our country. You know, this Italy.
Well, we'll find
disease.
one. We'll get a, I don't know what you call those little squeeze box things from Italy, or we'll get an Pop band from Germany, and we'll make that for. And you know what? No one would have a problem with it. Not one person would have a problem with it. All right. Biggest watchword of the modern era surely has to be privacy. I have to tell you, there's a new story out about what the Democrats are looking to do on privacy. It is terrifying. It's a government surveillance. By the way, it's Bill HR 6666. Whew. Well, glad it's 4 6s because we know 3 is really bad. Anyway, privacy. Back in the Wild West days before the internet was really a thing, privacy was something that you could practically guarantee just by being a responsible adult. But that is not happening. And as technology is marching forward, it gets worse and worse. You need powerful layers of protection for your devices so you can maintain your online privacy. What you need is Norton 360. Norton 360 offers you a password manager and a powerful VPN with bank-grade encryption, so you can keep the things like logins and passwords more secure and private when you're on Wi-Fi. But also that VPN allows you to go online and you can watch Netflix from any country, because you can just have your VPN directed to England and you can watch Netflix England. I'm not saying that you should do that. I'm just saying you are. I mean, you could. And the other thing is you don't have anybody tracking you. You don't have Netflix or Google tracking you when you're online. That's really important. No one can prevent all cybercrime. Norton 360 is a powerful ally for your cyber safety. You can get up to 50% off now your first year with an annual subscription at norton.com/Beck. That's norton.com/Beck. Up to 50%. Terms do apply.
You're listening to Glenn Beck.
Hey, this is Matt from Crossroad Auto Sales. I want to invite you to come over and check out our vehicles. All of our vehicles at Crossroad Auto Sales go through a rigorous 100-point safety inspection. We work with most outside finance companies, and we even have in-house financing available. Stop by today at 1800 Northwest 10th Street or give me a call at 690-6695. That's 690-6695. Crossroad Auto Sales. We won't leave you stranded at the crossroad.
This is Jan from Palm Garden. We hope everyone is holding up during this difficult time. We've all had to make some adjustments to our routines. Some may have loved ones that you can't visit, and I know you want to. Our residents remain our top priority, and they, along with our staff, have been tested just to be on the safe side. We appreciate the job being done by the Department of Health, Florida Emergency Management, and National Guard. We will soon see the light at the end of this tunnel. Thank you for your patience and understanding as we navigate these uncharted waters. We are Palm Garden.
Tick-tock. The days fly by, and we find tax season is upon us once again. Not to worry, though. With a reputable CPA firm on your side, you can rest assured that all of your needs will be handled in a professional and thorough manner. Robson, Scribner & Stewart is just that firm. They're there for their clients year-round, not just during tax season, to handle your needs and answer any questions you may encounter. At Robson, Scribner & Stewart, there is no client too small or too large. Their expertise ranges from the single individual to the largest of corporations. Get your return prepared by a professional who will use their years of experience to ensure that your tax return's outcome will leave you in the best possible position. Call them today at 694-4184. Robson, Scribner & Stewart. They're there for you today. Again, that number is 694-4184. Time is of the essence, so don't delay. 694-4184.
Hello, I'm Mark Sears with Regency Printing. With over 10 years in the printing business, I know you'll find Regency Printing the place for all your local printing needs. Plus, I have fax services, mailbox rentals, notary service, U.S. mail, pack and ship, all at one convenient location, 2375 Northeast 25th Avenue. Just look for the yellow signs. Regency Printing, 789-6683. That's 789-6683. Regency Printing.
Hi, Matt Wilkerson here, your Verizon representative with news that will hum your car, make it smart and safe. How? With the new Hum device by Verizon. You can rest assured you're never alone. Flat tire? Lost? Accident? For $10 a month, Hum by Verizon has you covered. And I will come to you in Marion County to install the Hum for free. Time to call me at 352-528-0020. Are you ready to hum along? Call 352-528-0020.
We'll have a full day of sunshine today with a high 85 to 88. Partly cloudy for tonight, lows 63 to 69. Then on Wednesday, a full day of sunshine with a high 84 to 86. At night, it will turn out to be clear to partly cloudy with a low 65 to 69. Thursday, sun and clouds, high 83 to 86. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Kevin Snyder.
Help prevent the spread of germs. Wash your hands with soap and hot water for at least 20 seconds and always wash before you touch your face, eat, or drink. Use hand sanitizers. Limit sharing of eating utensils. Practice social distancing and avoid physical contact. Sneeze or cough into a tissue or the inside of your elbow. Avoid contact with ill individuals. An ounce of prevention is worth a ton of cure. Download the free booklet at Scientology.org/stay well.
WOCA.
Well, if you want to get some really good advice, what you need to do is listen to the Democrats on coronavirus because they've been right all the way along. Here they are.
The risk to New Yorkers for coronavirus is low.
And our city preparedness is high.
This should not stop you from going about your life, should not stop you from going to Chinatown and going out to eat. I'm going to do that today myself.
Come to Chinatown. Here we are. We're, again, careful, safe, and
come join us.
There is no concern at this time for coronavirus in our region.
The Department of Sanitation is ready for Mardi Gras 2020.
The facts are reassuring.
We want New Yorkers to go about their daily lives.
But there's really no need to panic and to avoid activities that we always do as New Yorkers. We are a hardy people.
Americans do not need to panic. What I would suggest, however, is that Americans take this as a wake-up call for seasonal flu.
There's very little threat here. This disease, even if you were to get it, basically acts like a common cold or flu.
So we're telling New Yorkers, go about your lives, take the subway, go out, enjoy life, and certainly not to miss the parade next Sunday. I'm going to be there.
If you had to, would you close down the borders?
No.
We need to be honest about the American people, with the American people, about the fact that we can't keep people coming here from China.
And transmission is not that easy. I think there's been a misperception that coronavirus hangs in the air waiting to catch you. No, it takes direct person-to-person contact.
We also know that if it were likely to be transmitted casually, we would be seeing a lot more cases.
Right, because this is New York and you're in elevators and trains with everybody all the time.
Unbelievable. Of course, nobody will ever hold them responsible. We will. Megyn Kelly and her interview with Tara Reid coming up in 1 minute. Megyn asked every question that I would ask Tara Reid, and she joins us next.
You're listening to Glenn Beck.
We all shop online, especially right now, but you can do it a better way with Honey. Honey is the free online shopping tool that automatically finds the best promo codes and applies them to your cart. Download Honey to your computer and shop on all of your favorite websites like normal. When you check out, you just click the Apply Coupons button that will pop up. You wait a few seconds for Honey to scan all of the databases of all of the working coupons on the web, and then watch your price drop. Honey works on nearly every online store, including Walmart, Target, Home Depot, Macy's, Etsy, and Honey has found over $2 billion in savings for its users. That's why it has over 100,000 five-star reviews on the Google Chrome store. It's 100% free to use and installs in seconds. Plus, it's backed by PayPal, so you know it's secure and reliable. Not using Honey is literally passing up free money. JoinHoney.com/Beck. That's JoinHoney.com/Beck.
Thinking about life insurance? Did you know in just a few minutes you can find the best price from up to 10 price competitive companies for free? You can with SelectQuote. For example, George is 39. He was getting sky-high quotes from other companies because he takes meds to control his blood pressure. But when I shopped around, I found him a 10-year, $500,000 policy for under $22 a month. I'm SelectQuote agent Dan Savino, and believe me, if SelectQuote isn't shopping for your life insurance, you're probably paying too much.
For your free quote, call 800-637-9116. That's 800-637-9116. 800-637-9116. Or go to SelectQuote.com. Since 1985, we shop, you save.
Get full details on the example policy at SelectQuote.com/commercials. Your price could vary depending on your health, issuing company, and other factors. Not available in all states.
Believe it, you have your choice of almost a dozen strikingly different colors of crepe myrtles at Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens in Ocala. And you can get your favorite for $24.99 in the big number 4 size. If you buy a big dark red or pink crepe myrtle in the larger number 10 size, you buy one and get one at half price. Check these out now, and check out that azalea sale while you're there. Great looking dwarf red ruffles, just $3.99. And the selection in all sizes and colors is truly superb. Truckload citrus sale too, starting at $59.99. And you get a free bag of fertilizer with every purchase. Now too, you get free curbside delivery at Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens in Ocala. Daily till 4:30 on Southeast 38th Street in Ocala. The same blooming place since 1952.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. Testifying remotely along with other witnesses, Dr. Anthony Fauci from the White House Coronavirus Task Force tells a Senate committee there will be more coronavirus cases as we ease up on restrictions.
It's the ability and the capability of responding to those cases with good identification, isolation, and contact tracing will determine whether you can continue to go forward as you try to reopen America.
He says it's unlikely we'll have a treatment or a vaccine developed by the start of the next school year in the fall. Plans to reopen schools in South Korea are still on hold.
The mayor of South Korea's capital, Seoul, saying the number of confirmed infections in a new coronavirus outbreak centered on nightclubs has risen to 101. Tracing teams are tracking down thousands of customers using credit card and phone records. 8,500 police officers have been deployed to find people.
Fox's Simon Owen. America's listening to Fox News.
When you go to the mechanic in here,
pass me the torque wrench. Nope, let me have the flamethrower.
That sounds wrong. You know what else sounds wrong? When you hear about the interest you're earning on your savings with the largest banks. But with a Marcus by Goldman Sachs online savings account, you could earn much more interest. And hear this. Open a Marcus by Goldman Sachs online savings account in minutes at Marcus.com. You can money.
Comparison made to the three largest U.S. banks measured by total deposits. Rates as of February 4th, 2020 and may vary by state. Goldman Sachs Bank USA, member FDIC.
Pros. Lowe's wants to help you keep working. That's why we're open for pro business hours 6 to 7 a.m. Monday through Saturday. You'll find the quantities you expect with dedicated pro associates and loaders to help you get what you need fast and load you up curbside. Now, more than ever, we know you need to win every single bid. You can count on Lowe's for special values on pro-trusted brands and savings when you buy in bulk. Save yourself a trip by shopping Lowe'sForPros.com, where we can ship thousands of items to your doorstep or to the job site. Lowe's is open and pro-ready.
Howdy, folks. RL here to tell you about Dairy Queen. Dairy Queen Silver Springs has been serving yummy foods and ice cream made fresh to order for 46 years. Their gift cards are perfect for those you love for any occasion. Our ice cream cakes are awesome. And as far as grilled foods, DQ does it right. From grilled chicken to our famous foot-long chili dogs. So come on down to Dairy Queen Silver Springs, where we always treat you like kings and queens.
Well, the new year is upon us, and that means getting to those forgotten projects that you promised you would. So whether you're tackling a small honey-do list or building the Taj Mahal, Sunbelt Rentals will help you get the job done right with the right tools. From carpet cleaners to excavators, Sunbelt Rentals has what you need. So what are you waiting for? Get it done. Rent it now from Sunbelt Rentals, located on Highway 27, just a half mile east of I-75, or visit sunbeltrentals.com. Get it done. Rent it now. Sunbelt Rentals.
Get it for less at the DIY Home Center outlet. Get top quality real wood cabinets the same or less than the big box stores are selling the cheap stuff. And that's not all. Drywall screws big box stores are $6.47 a pound. At DIY, only $4.99. Plus, DIY has the largest selection of mobile home parts and accessories anywhere. From carpet to doors, get the DIY supplies you need for less. The DIY Home Center outlet. We are your building material closeout store. 2191 Northwest 10th Street, just 2 miles east of I-75.
We'll have a full day of sunshine today with a high 85 to 88. Partly cloudy for tonight, lows 63 to 69. Then on Wednesday, a full day of sunshine with a high 84 to 86. At night, it will turn out to be clear to partly cloudy with a low 65 to 69. Thursday, sun and clouds, high 83 to 86. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Kevin Snyder.
Each morning, we wake up thankful to live in a free nation with liberty and justice for all. But sometimes those liberties can be put in jeopardy, and you may have questions about what to do or who to call. Let Doc Blanchard of Blanchard, Miriam, Adele, and Kirkland help you find the answers. Attorneys at law since 1974 and located in downtown Ocala. If you have legal issues, don't go it alone. Call 352-732-7218. Blanchard, Miriam, Adele, and Kirkland, helping protect your liberties every day.
Gene Powell Pasture Mowing, 352-629-2440. In addition to our pasture mowing and tractor services, including zero-turn mowers for your fence line finish, we also offer rototilling and fence row spraying. We are family-owned and operated, licensed and insured, and farm-ready. Powell Gene, Gene, at yahoo.com, 352-629-2440. Gene Powell Pasture Mowing, 352-629-2440. Gene is a proud United States veteran.
The Centers is here for you. Stay connected to get the help you need, via telehealth or in person. Please call them at 352-291-5555.
Pals Ocala Auto Repair fixes all makes and models. Pals makes sure that your vehicle's engine, mechanical, and electrical components are healthy at all times. Pals team would much rather see you drive to their shop for a full checkup than be towed in for a complex repair. Give Pals a call today to schedule your next service appointment. 352-414-2984. What? A nationwide warranty, 36 months or 36,000 miles, whichever comes first? Pals looks forward to servicing you and servicing your vehicle. 352-414-2984.
Veterans Helping Veterans USA. Call 352-433-2320. We help veterans and their families with limited financial assistance, counseling, employment referrals, and a food and clothing bank. You can help in making a huge difference in the veterans' lives we serve by donating food, clothing, household items, or direct financial assistance. All donations are tax deductible. Veterans Helping Veterans USA. 352-433-2320. Thank you for your attention, and God bless America. WOCA.
What you're about to hear is the fusion of entertainment and enlightenment. This is the Glenn Beck Program.
There are only 5 journalists, I think, that I can name that I really respect and I trust them. 3 of those journalists are women. We just had Cheryl Atkinson on. She's one. I would love to have Laura Logan on today to talk about what's going on, but we instead have a third out of the 5, Megyn Kelly. She is all over this Tara Reid story. She just did an interview with Tara. I watched it, and rarely do I say she asked every question that I would ask. Usually there's something that somebody left on the table. There's nothing that she didn't ask. An incredible interview. Megyn Kelly joins us live in 60 seconds.
This is the Glenn Beck Program.
So I'm a dog owner. If you're a dog owner, I want you to listen up. My dog has changed. Uno is a different dog. First of all, we married him, it was an arranged marriage, with another German Shepherd. And when she died, we realized what a mistake that was, because he turned happy all of a sudden. It was really sad. We were like, oh, I'm sorry, Uno. But he also wouldn't eat, and he would never gain weight. Well, we started putting rough greens in his food. And this is a supplement. It has vitamins, minerals, digestive enzymes, probiotics, omega oils, and antioxidants. We brought it to the vet and said, hey, can we feed this to the dog? And she was like, oh my gosh, yes, this stuff is great. Well, he loves it. He's now eating, he's gained probably 15 pounds, but it's not in fat. He is more active than ever. If you want to see a big change in your dog and make sure that they have all the things they really need to be healthy, get Rough Greens, ruffgreens.com/Beck, ruffgreens.com/Beck, or you can call to order 833-GLEN-33, 833-GLEN-33. Try it out for a couple of weeks and just see if you find a difference in your dog. The huge difference in my dog, Stu's dog, and Pat's as well. ruffgreens.com/Beck. World-renowned journalist. She is probably one of the best interviewers I have seen. I'm trying to think of somebody that was better. I can't think of anybody that is better at doing interviews. She always gets to the bottom of it, and I think that's because she was a lawyer. She was a litigator for 9 years before she went into journalism. Welcome to the program, Megyn Kelly. How are you?
Hey, Glenn. Good to see you.
Oh, good to see you. I didn't know you were going to be on Skype as well. Great. Glad to have you.
But I make it for you.
Well, thank you. So, Megan, I watched your interview. I've watched it twice now. I honestly, very rarely do I say there's no question left on the table, because I wanted to try to get her, and I think she chose you instead, obviously. But I thought I had some real questions for her. You handled all of them. How did you find her personally?
Oh, personally, she was delightful. She was perfectly kind, warm. She's been through the ringer. You could see that too. This is not a woman of great means. And, when I got to her, she had, I think, the night before not hired, she's not paying him, but gotten a lawyer and a PR person for the first time in this whole thing. So she, for the first time, felt a little bit more steady. She's had no protection. And she's out there, she's on a very thin reed, and she's getting it from all sides, and she's got no team, Glenn. You know what I mean? There's no natural constituency backing her. So she was a little, I don't know if the word's fragile, but maybe just a little unsteady.
So how shocked do you think she was? Because I say this to people all the time. They say, I want to come out and take a stand, or I just want to agree with whatever. And I'll say to people all the time, are you really aware? People don't know, Megan, unless they've lived your life or my life or Tara's life now, how horrible the media and social media can be. I mean, it is a business of destroying people now.
Oh, yeah. It's
how shocked. How shocked was she by that, and what kind of damage has been done to her?
Well, I think she was expecting to have her credibility questioned. You better be, if you're going to come out and accuse somebody running for president of something as serious as this. She's no dummy. She understood she was going to take hits in terms of whatever, is she credible? Does the story make sense? But, her bankruptcy got posted online. They're going back to 1993 and looking for, did she bounce a check? It's like, you know what? I put myself through law school, and you want to go back and look at my bounced checks, you're going to find a lot of them. It doesn't mean I'm not a credible person. A lot of us were poor when we were in our 20s. And so I think that part of it has been rough. Somebody posted a picture and her address of her daughter, who's, in her 20s, and that's messed up. She's getting death threats over this. Just, the media is totally irresponsible, and people are so nasty, and social media is so awful. So I think she's a little rattled, but, all things considered, she was holding it together okay.
So has the Me Too movement changed anything? I mean, if you accuse the right person, it's good. If you accuse the wrong person, it's not. I mean, has it changed anything for women? I mean, because if I were a woman and I had a story to tell, I would be terrified after seeing what's happening to her.
Well, I will say this. I think political accusers, accusers in a political race get it the worst, right? It's like, not that like the Harvey Weinstein accusers had it so great. For God's sake, Rose McGowan had secret agents following her and trying to dupe her. But if you come forward, whether it's Trump, Biden, Roy Moore, as an accuser in an election year, you're going to get it worse, because as we've seen with Tara Reid, even constituencies that might naturally support you are now suddenly very suspicious of you. So I think that's rough. But to your question about the Me Too movement, it's done some good. I think there's no question it's done some good in calling attention to the fact that, there is harassment in the workplace. Most women, for most of the time, have just gone along with it because we kind of were told this is how you make it in a man's world. And so just sort of putting that asterisk in people's minds, like, this is a thing, and, you should probably at least listen when a woman comes forward, and actually putting the idea in women's heads that they can come forward if they have something, all good. But the pendulum, which was over here when it came to women's allegations, like when I was in college back in the early 90s, if you came out with a rape allegation, you were probably going to be dismissed a lot more easily than you would be today. So the pendulum needed to swing, but like so many of these things, we've overcorrected to a point where now the accused, they haven't been getting due process. You can make a single allegation that's unsupported and ruin a guy's career over 30 years. That's not okay either. We got to get to a place where we settle, where the women are taken seriously, or the men accusing. They're heard. but due process is afforded to the person being accused. So if Tara Reade is the person who can do that by exposing the hypocrisy of some of the Democrats who have, with the believe all women nonsense, which was never sincere, then she's done good for the country. And, we'll see whether her allegation has impact beyond that.
Okay, so I want to come back to the listening versus believing and the impact on politics and stuff in a second. But I want to go, you just said if you made a rape allegation in the 80s or 90s, you would have been in trouble. And what they probably would have done is slut shamed you. And I noticed a little bit of this with her answers. First, stop wearing short skirts. And she said, I wasn't wearing short skirts. I was just wearing stuff off the rack. But then I thought one of the most uncomfortable things that she said, because I think she knew, and she felt the old slut-shaming kind of thing about her underwear and how, without getting graphic, how Biden gained access. And you could see she was uncomfortable with that because of her mother, and she didn't want to tell her mother that. And that makes sense to me. And it makes sense to me that she wouldn't want to say anything. And it makes sense to me that she understood the slut shaming thing, that she's asking for it. Look at her skirts.
Well, I'll put my lawyer hat on now and argue it both ways, right? You can say she was uncomfortable having that discussion because she didn't really want to reveal to the world that she was wearing what I think she was saying were crotchless underwear to work at the U.S. Senate because she was supposed to see her boyfriend later, and that was her story. Or you could say she seemed uncomfortable because she wasn't telling the truth, because she had to explain how he could gain access under her skirt so quickly. And, there's a belief by some on Capitol Hill that all the women back then in 92, 93 were wearing pantyhose, that it was either an unwritten rule or an actual rule. You had to wear pantyhose on your legs, and therefore Biden couldn't have done this. So, that's up to the viewer. I really believe that people, over the course of a 40-minute interview like that, they'll walk away with a good sense as to whether they're seeing a truth teller or not.
Did you see a truth teller or not?
Well, I'm not going to opine on my own personal belief because I want to continue reporting on this case, and I shouldn't choose a side. I mean, I definitely have my own belief, but it's irrelevant.
So is it the Karen person that is not her real name? Can you tell me about, I don't want to know who she is, but tell me about her and why she is important and why she's not comfortable coming out.
Okay, so Karen is by far Tara Reade's best witness. Tara has, a corroborating witness that is far more compelling than anything we saw from Christine Blasey Ford. I mean, far more compelling.
Far more.
I mean, there's no contest. Anybody who tells you differently is lying to you. Karen is the person who was friends with Tara on Capitol Hill and was in Ted Kennedy's office as a young intern at the time. They befriended one another. And Tara told Karen contemporaneously with the alleged assault that it had happened. And according to Karen, Tara's never deviated in a single detail over 30 years about what allegedly happened that day. Now, I've spoken with Karen at length. She's a professional. She's smart. She's on it. You talk to her and you're like, okay, this is a very credible person who's been successful in her life. But at best, what that establishes for Tara is that Tara told Karen this happened. It doesn't prove that it actually happened. And so, you would have to believe there's something a little wacky about Tara, right? That she would back then be making a story like this. But Glenn, that happens sometimes. Sometimes that does happen. I'm not saying it happened here, but people do need to allow for the possibility that Tara did make that up and has been telling witnesses for 30 years because it's a story that somehow meant something to her and she decided to spread it.
Okay, so I want to let me take a 1 minute break, and then I'm going to come back with you, Megan, and follow up there. That we have to, give the benefit of the doubt that maybe she did make that up, and there's another screw loose. We don't know. We'll go there here in just a second. 1 minute, back with Megan Kelly. want to thank our sponsor, LifeLock. In the recent study, researchers revealed a substantial rise in the number of cyber attacks performed by websites posing as Netflix. I mean, they don't miss a trick. They're pretending to be the pizza delivery guy just to rob my house at gunpoint. If it works, it works. Hackers have begun to focus their attention more on people who are streaming content because we're all doing it. And there's an estimated 2,600 coronavirus-related cyber attacks that happen every day. That's just coronavirus attacks. It's important to understand how cybercrime is growing, how it is constantly changing, and how you need to make sure that your identity is all locked up and protected. Nobody can prevent all identity theft, monitor all transactions at all businesses, but LifeLock can see the threats that you might miss on your own. Join now and save 25% off your first year if you use the promo code BECK. That's promo code BECK. Call 1-800-LifeLock or head over to lifelock.com. And again, use the promo code BECK for 25% off. It's lifelock.com, promo code BECK. Pause for 10 seconds and then back with Megyn Kelly. So you said to one of my producers, Megyn, that the media's coverage, that it is a haunting case in more ways than one. That's a quote from you. Yeah. Why? What do you mean by that?
Because if it's true, it's deeply disturbing information about Joe Biden. Deeply disturbing. I mean, it's sick. What kind of a man would, in passing in a Senate hallway when seeing a young staff assistant, sexually assault her? Right? If you give her the benefit of the doubt and say, I believe her, do you really want that man as president? Right? And if it's not true, then this is sort of one of those situations where you got to ask, what's happened to the country where someone can make an allegation, it can besmirch a former vice president, a former U.S. senator, and all the media now finally is talking about it. And, it's just very easy to sort of put that ring around somebody's neck, maybe unfairly. But the number one thing I want to say about the haunting nature of it is it just exposed how false these people who are pretending they're women's advocates are. It upsets me as a woman, as somebody who actually has stood for female empowerment for my entire life. I don't call myself a feminist, but I defy anybody to challenge me on standing up for female empowerment. I've done it and I have a career that proves it. However, the nonsense by these people who were protesting against Brett Kavanaugh, who were vicious against him. I mean, vicious. Mm-hmm. Remember those women who stormed the Capitol and were just calling the worst possible names? The 180 that they have done now that the allegations are against a Democrat trying to take down Trump is disgusting to me. Disgusting.
So, Megyn, that brings me to the place where I was under Trump, under Kavanaugh, and Kavanaugh was a little different because I went in to listen to her testimony and I was open-minded. I don't know Kavanaugh. I didn't know at all. I wanted to hear her. By the end, I was like, well, maybe. I don't think so, but maybe. And then I listened to Kavanaugh. They didn't have anything. And so how could you possibly do it? But even if you do believe that maybe this happened, what do you do with that knowledge? I mean, these people who are coming out and saying, I believe he did do it, but I'm going to vote for him anyway, that I don't understand. Because this is assault.
I can make their case. Their case is Trump's worse. They think, well, he was accused by over 12 women of some sort of harassment or assault. So, if I got to pick, I'll go with the guy who's got my team letter on, the big D on the front. That's what they're thinking.
Right. But if you are one that said, how can these people vote for Donald Trump because he's so awful, he did these things, I have tried to listen to people, listen to the accusers. They should not be believed. They should be listened to and taken seriously. Then when they present evidence, weigh that evidence. But I still am uncomfortable. Tara is the closest I've come to where she has a lot of evidence, but I don't want to destroy someone's career on my gut. I don't know. This is not a good process.
I'll say this. In both the Blasey Ford and the Tara Reid case, we're dealing with something similar. The women didn't come forward until 30 or 40 years after the fact, right? Blasey Ford was like 40, I don't know, and Tara's 30. It is very hard to put a guy in that position of having to defend that. You know, I mean, the lack of memory, the absence of details. I mean, and I'll just take Biden's point of view for the moment. If she had come forward a week after this happened or a month after this happened, he could go back, he could look at his date book, he could tell you where he was, he could find witnesses who had just seen him. He could, there'd be a way to defend against the allegations. Same for Kavanaugh, 100% same for Kavanaugh. But when you're going to slap somebody with these allegations decades after the fact, and then not even be specific about when, and I understand maybe the women genuinely don't understand when and where exactly, it gets tougher to just give them the benefit of the doubt, right? Because you're talking about destroying a person's career, their livelihood. I mean, Brett Kavanaugh, they wanted to talk about what he did when he was allegedly did when he was 16. He went on to lead a stellar professional life, not even a whiff of an inappropriate allegation. And all the time he was on the DC circuit and so on. And yet they were like, he must be destroyed. He's a rape apologist. It's like, oh my God. Now Biden, he has a whiff. There's been a whiff of inappropriate handsiness. Oh yeah. But nothing approaching sexual assault of this nature. But I just think we do put people in really tough positions. It's not to say you shouldn't come forward if you have an allegation like this, you want to be heard, but it makes your case far less compelling the more time that goes on.
All right, so I appreciate that you're going to stick with us through the next break. When we come back, I want to talk to you a little bit about what's happening in Washington with General Flynn, with now what Trump is calling Obamagate. And really, Megan, what I'm looking for is who do we trust? How can we survive as a nation if half of us believe one thing and the other half believes another? And especially now that I just had Cheryl Atkinson on, and she just did a list of 130 lies the media has told about Donald Trump that are now provable. And yet there are going to be probably half the country that still goes along with them, and there doesn't seem to be any consequence to anything anymore that's real. So who do we trust? How do we find the truth? We'll continue with Megyn Kelly coming up in just a second. Thank you so much for being on, Megan. All right, stand by. More with her. That was amazing.
This is the Glenn Beck Program.
All right, then. Let me tell you about Goldline. I put my money where my mouth is. If I tell you about Relief Factor, it's because I take it. The real estate agents I trust because that's my company. Rough Greens, I feed my dog that. Goldline, I just bought some of these. They just have, I don't even know if they have any left now. You should check. But they had 1901, 1903 quarter ounce gold coins, and I bought some of these because I believe it. I believe gold is going to be the last resort. I don't buy things as an investment. When it comes to gold, I don't buy it as an investment. I buy it as a hedge against insanity. And when I start to see the world not be so insane or going down that path of insanity, then I'll stop, recommending gold. But the world is insane. What we're doing financially is crazy and has never worked. Now, JP Morgan, Chase Bank, all of these people have come out and said gold is probably going to be about $3,000 an ounce. They think maybe by next year. Please call Goldline, 866-GOLDLINE, 1-866-GOLDLINE. Call them now.
Go to blazetv.com/Glenn. Use the promo code Glenn and get $30 off your subscription. Back with more in a second.
Hey, this is Matt from Crossroad Auto Sales. I want to invite you to come over and check out our vehicles. All of our vehicles at Crossroad Auto Sales go through a rigorous 100-point safety inspection. We work with most outside finance companies, and we even have in-house financing available. Stop by today at 1800 Northwest 10th Street or give me a call at 690-6695. That's 690-6695. Crossroad Auto Sales. We won't leave you stranded at the crossroad.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
News. I'm Chris Foster. Testifying remotely along with other witnesses, Dr. Anthony Fauci from the White House Coronavirus Task Force tells a Senate committee there will be more coronavirus cases as we ease up on restrictions.
It's the ability and the capability of responding to those cases with good identification, isolation, and contact tracing will determine whether you can continue to go forward as you try to reopen America.
He says it's unlikely we'll have a treatment or a vaccine developed by the start of the next school year in the fall. Plans to reopen schools in South Korea are still on hold.
The mayor of South Korea's capital, Seoul, saying the number of confirmed infections in a new coronavirus outbreak centered on nightclubs has risen to 101. Tracing teams are tracking down thousands of customers using credit card and phone records. 8,500 police officers have been deployed to find people.
Fox's Simon Owen. America's listening to Fox News.
When you go to the mechanic in here...
Pass me the torque wrench. Nope, let me have the flamethrower.
That sounds wrong. You know what else sounds wrong? When you hear about the interest you're earning on your savings with the largest banks. But with a Marcus by Goldman Sachs online savings account, you could earn much more interest. And hear this. Open a Marcus by Goldman Sachs online savings account in minutes at marcus.com. You can money.
Comparison made to the three largest U.S. banks measured by total deposits. Rates as of February 4th, 2020 and may vary by state. Goldman Sachs Bank USA, member FDIC.
Pros. Lowe's wants to help you keep working. That's why we're open for pro business hours 6 to 7 a.m. Monday through Saturday. You'll find the quantities you expect with dedicated pro associates and loaders to help you get what you need fast and load you up curbside. Now, more than ever, we know you need to win every single bid. You can count on Lowe's for special values on pro-trusted brands and savings when you buy in bulk. Save yourself a trip by shopping Lowe'sForPros.com, where we can ship thousands of items to your doorstep or to the job site. Lowe's is open and pro-ready.
This is Jan from Palm Garden. We hope everyone is holding up during this difficult time. We've all had to make some adjustments to our routines. Some may have loved ones that you can't visit, and I know you want to. Our residents remain our top priority, and they, along with our staff, have been tested just to be on the safe side. We appreciate the job being done by the Department of Health, Florida Emergency Management, and National Guard. We will soon see the light at the end of this tunnel. Thank you for your patience and understanding as we navigate these uncharted waters. We are Palm Garden.
Hi, this is Brittany from Mike Scott Plumbing. I wanted to take a moment to let you know that during these tough times, Mike Scott Plumbing is still here, ready to help you in every way we can. We know